All right. Well, Mr. Beast admitted that his transgender sidekick, Kris Tyson, has credible accusations of sexually messaging minor boys and has removed this person from all affiliation with Mr. Beast's channel and brands. But it may not be that easy because now new members of the Mr. Beast team say that this is just the beginning. Now, of course, Mr. Beast is an important brand to adolescents, especially. I know he has powerful influence on young people, and you know, it can be quite positive, Mr. Beast's brand, but it's like, but what's behind there? What is it that our children are seeing that maybe we haven't seen? So the story broke this week that Kris Tyson, who now identifies as Ava Tyson, has a long history of sexually messaging a 13-year-old boy that he met while filming Mr. Beast videos. So the two ran a Discord channel together, and images of those messages have surfaced online. That happened last week, and it took several days for Mr. Beast to address it. He finally did just on Wednesday, said, over the last few days, I've become aware, this become aware part is important, of serious allegations of this behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During this time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. And he says he's going to let the independent party deal with this. Now, community notes, you can see here, pushed back on Mr. Beast, saying that this just became aware part is not true. Many are saying that he was aware all along. Also, he's saying, I'm doing this. I've asked Kris Tyson not to be on the show anymore. Well, that's not what Tyson said. Take a look at what he said on his own Twitter feed. He says, I apologize. He says, this was not my intent. But seeing recent events, we've decided mutually that it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. Recall, he's a father to a small child, divorced his wife in order to pursue his transgender ideology. Now, again, this mutually decided part is not what Mr. Beast said. He said he asked him to do it, so we'll see if it's really his choice, implying Mr. Beast would have otherwise stuck with him if he wasn't so noble and stepping away from access to 300 million adolescents who watch Mr. Beast. Now, another young person is saying that he also was involved in this Discord channel and has come forward to say that he also was a party to this, and what he saw was indeed sexual exploitation.
Kris Tyson from Mr. Beast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Kris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for Mr. Beast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join Mr. Beast Gaming himself.
Okay, now he says that Tyson used to call these boys daddy, which he didn't like, but he was too young to push back. Also, he idolized him because they're so famous on YouTube. He also said he played video games with him for hours. So what adult man is playing with 13-year-olds that are not friends of friends, that are not family, and that he would frequently bring up sexual topics that was not appropriate with 15 or 16-year-olds. He would link him to items that were sexual in nature. He says that there were at least 10 kids in this chat, 10 minor boys, not just the main Lava victim and this kid.
I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, and even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors. This story is so much bigger and runs so much deeper than any of you really realize, so if you want to hear more and you want a part 2, let me know.
Okay, I don't want to hear anymore, but if I were Mr. Beast, then I would feel an obligation to know more, especially knowing that you broadcast to adolescents as your main target audience. And again, what he's saying here is that Lava defended Kris Tyson. We showed you this the other day, where this boy who was at the center of the scandal said, oh, no, he never abused me. It was fine. It was just some edgy, inappropriate jokes. And again, I think that there is no such thing as edgy sexual jokes with a 13-year-old, especially if you are a grown ass man. The daddy part is textbook case of autogynephilia. Again, we've talked about that. That's when a homosexual man has a fetish. It's not a normal part of homosexuality. And in fact, Gays Against Groomers really push back that this is a normal part of gayness. It's not. It's when a homosexual man has a fetish about being perceived in a feminine way and wants you to value their femininity. And a lot of times trans advocates try to distance themselves from autogynephilia. But here we have someone who is trans displaying autogynephilia to minors. That's why trans advocates are so pissed off about this, saying things like this has set back the trans community by 1,000 years. Although, again, research on transgender already showed this. So it's not really a setback, it's proof of this association. Another employee has posted this online saying that Mr. Beast did know, and there will be other revelations about the Mr. Beast brand coming soon.
My name is Dawson. I worked at Mr. Beast from February to May of this year, 2024. Kris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says Mr. Beast knew, yeah, Mr. Beast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Kris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything Mr. Beast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
Well, there were, in fact, things to know, because last April, Gays Against Groomers sent this notice to Mr. Beast saying this person has previous screenshots of inappropriate content, and you should take a look at this and take him off your platform. Mr. Beast did nothing. Now, these screenshots, you can look up this article for yourself, because I don't want to show you the screenshots. They're a little gross, and I don't want to put them, I don't want to platform them. But again, they suggest that either Mr. Beast knew or Mr. Beast was trying not to know. In 2023, Mr. Beast posted this opposition to having Tyson removed from the channel because he was calling it transphobia, saying, no, this is not my nightmare. This is my F-word friend, and these things are fine. And this is transphobia. And this person's like, well, it's a nightmare now, isn't it? Because, of course, this is going to cost Mr. Beast thousands in legal fees. Now this meme has kind of gone viral, and it's okay, it's funny. It's sort of in the vein of the videos that Mr. Beast posts, like, I hired 100 lawyers to save my friend from these like, that's funny, yeah, right? Okay, haha. He will have to have a huge team of lawyers because it's not a stretch to say that this story is everywhere. Just look at all the publications that picked it up. You can find on Google News today.
Well, YouTube goes out of its way to say that they're protecting children on this platform, right? If you upload videos, if there's any creators watching right now, when you upload a video, you have to say, like, this content, you know, is for children or not for children, et cetera, et cetera. You have to adhere to their terms and conditions and their policies and all of these things. And if this, you know, YouTube, of course, is a huge platform for Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a huge platform for yeah. YouTube. They make millions of dollars off of that relationship and that cozy relationship. So it'll be interesting to see what Google and YouTube does.
They could do what they did to Russell Brand. I mean, Russell Brand, they just said other people say he's associated with bad behavior, so we're not going to share the revenue we make off of his show with him anymore. But they still make a lot of revenue off of his show on YouTube. So what if they said, well, your show was used to connect an abusive sexual abuser with a minor child, and we can't condone that anymore. So Mr. Beast, keep making your videos, but we don't share the revenue with you anymore. That's possible.
I wonder
right?
if, yeah, Mr. Beast will say, okay, I'll make videos, but I won't make any money from them anymore. Like, would Mr. Beast go along with that?
Well, Russell Brand has continued to do that. And I think, it's noble that he does, because he's not making money from his YouTube channel anymore, but he has an important message, in my opinion. Will Mr. Beast continue to do that? Will YouTube say, oh, actually, these videos were used to fish for minors, victims.
Right.
Well, maybe we can't have that anymore. Will they say anything? So now we know what Mr. Beast is saying. What will YouTube say, if anything?
That's a great question. I'd love to hear from them.